your girl Chrissy, and I'm back at it again with another video. Oh, hold on. All right, doing too much. Anyways, y'all, welcome back to my channel. Before we get into the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. By the title of this video, it's a story time about the time where my ex got punched in the hood, y'all. In the hood. Now, let's get straight into it because, yeah, y'all already know I like to ramble. So let's get straight to it. Okay, y'all. So this happened around the time where I think I was in 11th grade. Yeah, I was in 11th grade and I was with my long-term, this was like my longest relationship, and I have a couple story times about him, so I'm gonna call him a name that y'all gonna have to remember because I'm most likely gonna talk about him again. We're gonna call him DJ. We're gonna call him DJ. So I was with DJ for like 2.5 years, almost 3 years. So like my 11th through 12th, and then a little bit of outside of high school type of situation. That's what it was. So we was together for that long. Not gonna ramble too much about him because, like I said, I'm gonna have other story times about him. But yeah, so I was with him for like that long. But this was when we had just got together. I think we was like 3 months in, like 3-4 months in, and every month, y'all know, like, we was cringy, y'all. We was cringy. Well, I don't think it's cringy, I just think it's not necessary. But back then, you know, when you in high school or when you have a boyfriend, you like to celebrate like my 1st month anniversary, my 2nd month anniversary, my 3rd. Like, we was those type of couples. Usually, like, now I will most likely want to do it by year than by like month, because I just feel like it's not that serious, honestly. But back then I was heavy on the, you know, like 1st month we got to do something, 2nd month we got to do something. But yeah, I'm not like that. I don't really care. Anyways, I think it was like our 4th month like anniversary or whatever, and that time I lived on 116th, and yeah, so I lived on 116th, but it was like the east side, so it was extremely dangerous, extremely ghetto. Like, I literally only went outside just to go to school. I never hung out on that block ever. Never did nothing. Every time I wanted to hang out, I used to go back in the Bronx and chill with my peoples. But I never ever hung out on 116 because I lived in an extremely dangerous hood, y'all. Like, it was like shootings literally maybe like 3-4 shootings a day. Like, it was just a lot. It was just very ghetto. Like, and I just never ever just stepped out the crib unless it was like I had to go to school or something. But anyways, we wanted to go to the movies or whatever. We were gonna watch Black Panther. This one, Black Panther had just came out or whatever. So we wanted to watch it for the longest. So we're like, you know what? Let's watch it on our anniversary. Like, so, don't mind my stained shirt, y'all. You know when like you have white clothes. Y'all probably can't even see that. I'm over here chatting. But anyway, so we wanted to see Black Panther or whatever, and you know, I'm like, okay, bet. In Harlem, there was like, I think we was going to the Magic Johnson movie theater. We was going to one of these theaters that was not too far from where I lived. So he lived, I'm not really gonna say the borough because, you know, I don't want to give it away, but he lived super far. Well, not that far, but he lived kind of far from Harlem. So he, you know, took the train, made his way here to like where I was at, and then we were gonna make our way to the movie theater or whatever. He gets to the front of my crib. Mind y'all, I've always been cute. Like, I've never been that girl that just like, because I know a lot of girls, and this is why he's about to be another story time, because I have a couple stories about him, like I said. But you know, when you get in a relationship, a lot of guys, that's how you know if you're in a relationship and a guy kind of controls what you have to wear, how you have to like look, or how you have to, you know, like change you as a person, then he's not the one for you. But with him, like, our relationship was kind of like that. Like, he never liked me wearing revealing clothes, you know what I'm saying? And I had this cute like olive green crop top, and it was like crossed on the like the front area, like the boobs area, it was like crossed or whatever. And he literally never liked me wearing that shirt. Like, he hated that shirt, but that was my favorite shirt. Like, every chance I could, I would wear that shirt. So I had my little cross crop top, you know, like olive shirt or whatever, and I had like a jacket on. Like, I was looking cute. Like, one thing about me, like, me and him used to get into it all the time, y'all, all the time, about what I used to wear, you know, being inappropriate, when honestly my thing is, if my mom not complaining about my wardrobe, then why the hell are you? You're not my mom, you're not my dad, and I don't care. Like, I'm gonna keep wearing what I want to wear. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was wearing that shirt. He was already having an attitude about it, but I'm like, whatever, I have a jacket on, you acting like. And it was hot that day, y'all. It was hot, but I had a jacket on still, because, you know, I know how he is. So, you know, we make our way to the movie theater. So we start walking, because like I said, the movie theater from where I lived was not that far. So we was able to walk. I think it was like a 15-minute walk, but it goes by fast. It's summertime, you know what I'm saying? You be walking 15 minutes and don't even realize sometimes. So we like, I bet we could walk instead of, like, you know, getting on the train or something. So we're walking, and we're literally crossing the street from my house, and we're going to like another, like the other side of the street or whatever. As we're crossing, there's a group of guys, like, I'm talking about, like, maybe it was like 5 of them or whatever, and they just look hood. And like, you know, like, when you live in the hood for so long, you know, even though that wasn't my hood, because I only lived there for like a year, I think, not even, maybe a year or less. I didn't live here for more than like a year though, like, you know, just a couple months. But even though it wasn't my hood, like, I didn't grow up in that hood, like, I just got that mentality, like, when you in somebody's hood, or when you in your hood, like, you just have to keep it pushing. Like, if they not coming for you, don't go looking for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the kind of mentality I had back then. Well, I still have it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, when you lived in the hood, you just got to know sometimes people are gonna look at you. People are gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not from there. Like, N-words, because y'all know I'm trying not to curse, but guys are gonna always like stare you down. And obviously, y'all, he lived in a whole different borough, so he wasn't familiar to the to my area. Neither was I, because like I said, I was always home. Like, I was never outside in the streets just chilling. Nah, I was always home. And he never really, this was his first time coming, like, to my block or whatever, like coming to my house. So, you know, he was also new to the neighborhood. So, you know, a bunch of guys come in looking, well, they didn't come to us, but like, as we was walking this way, they were walking that way. So we was like, kind of like, we had to like cross paths or whatever. So I'm walking, you know, me and I don't think we was holding hands, but we walking beside each other, like, you know, we together, you know what I'm saying? So we walking or whatever, and they walking past us, and one of the guys, they looked at me, and they looking at me, they like,
damn, okay, ma, see you.
Something along those lines. That's what he said. So, you know me, I turn around, because, okay, and I know y'all probably gonna think, why would you turn around? That was rude. You know, you with your guy, like, why you turn around? Like, what's going on? I turned around because here's what I learned from living in New York, or any place at that's kind of like hood. When a guy compliment you, and maybe, okay, maybe it was rude to even like say something. I didn't even say anything. I just turned around and smiled, by the way. I did not say nothing to him. I turned around and I smiled, and I kept it pushing, because even though, yeah, I was kind of scared, like, you know, you don't want to reject somebody. Not, I don't know. It's going to sound pretty weird, because it's like, why would you feel scared if you with your boyfriend? Y'all, not to like be shady, or like not to be like rude, but my boyfriend at the time, like, he was not a hood guy. Like, he was not hood at all. Like, he was regular, and that's how I like my boyfriends. Like, I don't like them hood. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, a little bit of hood don't hurt nobody, but like full-blown hood rat, I don't have time. I can't cuff you if you're a hood rat. I just cannot, because it's two different lifestyles. I'm not on that hood rat life. I won't bail you out of jail. I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna hold you down if you get booked. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not her. So I'm not even attracted to guys that have that kind of mentality. So my boyfriend at the time was not like that. Like, he was not hood at all. I'm not saying he was a wussy, because he was not a wussy, but he was not like that either. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying? I turned around, smiled, you know, like, I wasn't even like flirting or nothing. I just, and kept it I didn't do that, but I kept it pushing. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you never know. I didn't want to like put him in danger, put myself in danger by looking at him stink, or like, you know, I just kept it pushing. Whatever. So then my boyfriend felt some type of way when homeboy said that. So he like,
yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, she fine.
or some along those lines, y'all. He was like, yeah, that's my girl. Like, I know she fine. Like, something like that. He said something smart. But I guess the other guy didn't hear him. So he's like, what? But my boyfriend at the time, DJ, he, you know what I'm saying? He didn't repeat himself. We just kept walking. It was kind of like, it happened so fast, y'all. It was like this, as we're crossing, he said something, boyfriend said something, and we just kept walking. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a full-blown conversation. So it's like, we kept walking or whatever. And I'm like, why did you say something to him? I already knew, y'all. This is how you know I'm like street smart. Because it's like, I already know what was gonna happen, y'all. I'm like, why would you say something? Like, you could have just left it alone. Like, I obviously acknowledged him for a reason. You think I wanted to acknowledge him? No, but I did it for a reason. So you saying something is now making it worse, because now he gonna think, you know what I'm saying? Because the only reason why I said that is because when Hood Rat, that's what I'm calling whoever that was that said something to me, when he was like, what? Because, you know, he heard boyfriend said something. He heard DJ say something. So he's like, what? Like, what you said? But DJ never said nothing back. We just kept walking. So I already knew, like, yeah, now it's kind of statics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to keep going, because if we get back around here, like, I already know it's about to be some statics, because he just looked like he was looking for trouble. Like, the guy that was, like, that said something to me, it was giving very much, like, you just looking for trouble. Like, you see he's with a whole, like, you see I'm with a whole guy. Why are you trying to talk to me? And you see I'm with a whole, like, I have a whole boyfriend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you looking for trouble? So that's why I just kept it pushing. Like, I acknowledged him, kept it pushing. Because people like that, you just have to shut them down with nice, like, kindness. You can't do the rah-rah stuff with people that are already looking to do rah-rah stuff with you. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're stooping down to their level, and now they're going to be looking for more trouble. So I was already on boyfriend's ass. Like, I was already on DJ's ass about that, because I'm like, why would you say something to him? Now I already know, like, if we like cross paths with them again, even though we're probably not, because we was walking a certain way and they was walking the opposite way, but I'm like, just why would you say something? He's like, because why would he say something to you when he see you with me, like, he saw me, da da da, like, we just going back and forth. And I'm like, but still, you never know. He could have had something on him. He could have, like, tried to fight you. I don't know. We in the hood. This is not my hood. I'm not familiar with nobody here. You not familiar with nobody here. You don't even live around here, not nowhere. So it's like, don't do that again, because you never know. Like, people be crazy. Mind you, that guy that said something to me, he was with at least like 5, 10, well, I think it was 4 of them, like I said. So he had like 3 other guys that was with him. They could have like jumped you, or they could have done something to the both of us. Like, you just don't get crazy, because DJ had an attitude when he said that to him. Like, he had a whole attitude when he said that to the guy that said something to me. So it's like, don't do that, because you never know. Like, you putting me and your safety at risk. But anyways, so we're walking, y'all, and we get to this point where we're kind of like in the projects. Like, it's not the projects, but it's like across the street was the projects, but like, we're not inside the project area. We're like on the outside of the project area, if that makes sense, right? So now we're kind of lost, because it's like, we don't really know where to go. Like, the GPS was kind of throwing us off. That whole little incident, well, it wasn't an incident, but that whole little like conversation and that back and forth, it threw us off. So now we like, wait, let's stop walking and figure out where we at. So when we stopped, we was like around, like, we was like on the outer part of the projects or whatever, trying to figure out where to go. So we there, and I'm like, this side of Harlem looks a little sketchy. I'm not gonna lie, we in the ghetto. Like, even though we don't know where we're going, can we keep walking a little bit further away? Like, y'all, I don't know why, but I had this weird feeling in my like heart. I'm just like, nah, like, something don't feel right. Like, can we just keep walking? Like, and he's like, wait, no, because I don't want us to walk the opposite way. Then we're gonna have to turn around and walk that way if we walking this way, just because you don't want to be around here. Like, I'm gonna be quick with it. I'm like, yo, but like, I don't know, like, something just doesn't feel right. Like, it just seems so sketchy out here. Like, I don't like it. Like, I don't feel comfortable. So while I'm telling him that, he's on the phone, like, looking at like another address or another way to get to like the theater or whatever. Bro, not even 5 minutes, some guy walk up to him. Mind y'all, I'm facing him, he's facing me. So, okay, it's the opposite actually. I'm facing him and he's facing me, but it's like he's across the street. Like the way he's facing me, behind him was like the other side of the street. And where I'm facing behind me was the project. So I'm facing him, he's facing me, but behind him was the streets. So next thing you know, I'm not really paying attention to him. Like, I'm just looking around because I'm uncomfortable. He's on his phone, so he's not even looking at me. Next thing you know, some guy walk up to him and boop, right in his shit. Like, I'm talking about, ooh, let me stop cursing. But right on the side of his face, y'all, like, boop. I'm talking about, like, hard as hell, too. Like, pop. I'm like, he was in shock, so he's like, what the? He just starts running, like, he's running, and he's like, oh my god, what the hell, like, what the, so he holding the side of his face, and he starts running, so obviously, I'm running with him, because I'm like, and then next thing you know, I turn around to see who did that, and it's like, the hood rat, his homeboy, he like,
yeah, next time you want to say something, N-word, next time you want to say something, say it louder so I can hear you, yeah.
And I'm like, so we running, and I'm like, oh my god, we ran for a good 5 minutes, y'all. We ran out, because like the projects where we was at, it was like the side of the projects, so we ran straight up, like we ran so far away. Mind y'all, before we even started running, like when he was touching on his face and we was looking to the direction where the hit even came from, you see his homeboys posted up on the side to see if like he was about to do something or pull out anything, like they was ready for anything type stuff, you know what I'm saying? And the guy that said something to me, the guy that punched him, he like, yeah, like next time you want to say something, like let me know, like say it out loud so I could really hear you, whatever. Like he's just talking his stuff, like he's talking his, you know what I'm saying? So then me and boyfriend start running or whatever. We running away from the projects. As we're running away, y'all, we see his other homeboys just posted up, like, yo, when I tell y'all, it's like they were about to jump him, like, I don't know, because it's just different guys that was with him just in different parts of the area where we're running. And I'm just like, why are they just spread it out like they was about to do something to you? Like, what's going on? Like, so now we're really getting away from the area. I think at this point we're around like 125th. And we're getting closer to the theater. So before we even, like, when we stop running, I'm looking at him like, you're okay? Like, I'm touching on him. I'm like, you good? Like, blood, anything, any scratch? He was fine. There was no blood on him, no scratch. I think they like, yeah, I think the guy hit his ear because his earring, like, something fell out, or I don't know, his ear was kind of like sore or whatever. I don't know, y'all, but he was fine. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bro, I knew it. Like, I felt it in my soul, y'all, because I know how these N-words be. I know how they be. Y'all, listen, you gotta, like, when you in the hood, you have to learn how to observe. You can't just be oblivious to things, because that's how you get hurt. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, look, I already knew. I had told him, I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to, like, put more salt to the wound, but I told you, literally not even 5 minutes before, you feel me, they came. I mean, he came and like sneaked you or whatever. I told you, don't be doing that, because you never know what people be crazy, you know what I'm saying? And I could tell this guy, bro, he was just looking for something to, like, he just wanted to mess with us, you know what I'm saying? And he wanted to particularly mess with him, because he didn't want to mess with me, but he wanted to mess with him because he knew, like, he's with his girl. Let me say something to him, see how tough he is. I don't know why guys do that, especially to strangers, because if that's your, I don't know, people be weird, y'all. People be weird. So I already knew. So I told him, I'm like, you know, I told you. He's like, yeah, I know I should never, you know what I'm saying? I should never, like, said anything. Like, people be crazy. He's mad, but he's like, I feel like he was more embarrassed than mad. And because, you know, he just got hit in front of his girl. But it was just like, I told him, I'm like, don't be embarrassed. Like, I'm just happy nothing bad happened to you. He could have pulled out a gun and shoot you just because of that. People are just trigger happy these days. So I told him, you got to be careful, because people these days are just trigger happy for no reason. I'm just happy all he did was punch you, and he ain't pull out nothing. He ain't stab you. He ain't do nothing crazy to you, or they ain't try to jump you, because it was like more than just him. You know, it was like a bunch of them. So I'm just telling him, like, don't be embarrassed. Like, I'm just happy you're good. I'm happy nothing happened to you. Like, you know, that's fine. Like, don't let this mess up our vibe, because I still wanted to watch the movie, y'all. I was just like, we good. Yeah, we good. Like, don't let this mess up your vibe. Like, we good. I'm trying to comfort him, y'all. And we ended up watching the movie, and we had a good time after, y'all. But yeah, I know this story time was kind of like short, but I just wanted to tell y'all this. And I promised him I was never ever gonna tell nobody this story, but DJ ended up cheating on me, so I'm telling the whole YouTube. Yeah. But yeah, y'all, I really hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And I will see y'all in my next one.